Booyah. Yeah, this is Acidic Roots. You're watching Final Fantasy VII.
Alright folks, we're back. So it's time for part 13 of Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. And so Cloud has some more business to take care of before he starts dressing up like a woman. And yeah. So we've got, I mean, essentially you're going to see some stuff that's going to go on here that might make you question some stuff, but we'll get through it. And but for now, I kind of like this part, this particular little mini quest that you do, just having to get a drink from the inn and stuff. You'll get 3 options here in a little bit, and you'll see what to do as you get it, but just kind of happens to be the thing, so. Such a mellow town that this is. I kind of like it. I want more towns like this. I mean, I do like classic Final Fantasy stuff, but I kind of appreciated this town a lot more than some of the other ones. And you'll see what happens as to why I appreciate this, but, you know. So yeah, you had 3 options. You could get the cheapest one, the medium one, or the most expensive, and I just got the most expensive. It is 200 gil down the hole, but this is for an extra scene in the game, so it depends on how badly you want to do it. Yeah, so that's kind of the situation in some games. I mean, things will kind of change immediately. Some characters will betray you early on in the game, and it'll completely fuck everything else up. But, you know, I'm just kind of under the impression of, I mean, I like the pacing, I just don't like all the surprises, I suppose. I kind of want, you know, because essentially, I mean, if this were to be a movie, it'd probably be so inviting, just thinking about it like that. I mean, all the stuff, this can basically be a movie is what I'm trying to say. You wouldn't have too many problems with it, but the thing is, that's why it's such a stellar video game. But speaking of which, as I digress real quickly, funny thing about it was there actually was a Final Fantasy movie. You know, I figure I'd talk about that, considering how many people don't talk about it. The Spirits Within, or whatever it was called. I think Advent Children, despite how much people don't like that, is actually better than Spirits Within. Just the fact that you could actually go to the movie theater back in 2001 and say, hey, I'm going to see Final Fantasy. I mean, I think it was because of this game that that movie even came out, so. But, yeah. So, yeah, I kind of like how they push Eris off to the side, you know, just to kind of say, like, hey, this is man-to-man talk, you know. This isn't for the girlies and such. We've got some grown folk business to take care of. But we're just about done with these little minor quests. I mean, I think there's like one other one. You get the digestive. I'm going to take care of that next. Take care of this person in the bathroom if you essentially get it. I don't know what deodorant would even help with as far as, you know, being in the bath, you know, taking a dump. But, so there was another one. I don't remember the third thing that you could get, but, you know, this is kind of the situation. So, considering that the coupon is free, or the coupon allows you to get this for free, it just is kind of, it's just your attitude that determines what one that this person will get and stuff. But you do kind of have to wait for that person to walk off before you can leave, obviously. Just because she came from the bathroom. I think that is a woman too, so. Cloud's not a creep. We don't think of him as such. He's a brooding man, but, you know, it's kind of funny stuff. Just the way the game implicates that is kind of funny. But this is 1996, 1997 and shit that we're talking about that stuff. But So we're finally gonna go to the kind of saucy club. You know, that doesn't seem to be for women. We only have like how much other shit to do in this episode. It's kind of under the impression of this is another brief one, but we just have to get it over with. But yeah, so there's something that you can do here, and you're actually supposed to peer into the queen's room, and you'll see some of what our villains are doing. It's actually, you know, it's further ahead than I think I've currently been playing in this game. In some cases, you know. But yeah, I didn't realize that you could move the keyhole. You can't actually do that. I do it in a little bit, but for the first little bit, you know, you can move the keyhole and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, you know. Yeah. Surprisingly, some of these fellas actually go to this place, so I don't know. I mean, Squaresoft kind of alluded to some of this stuff. They kind of have their stuff that they do, but I'm just kind of under the impression of you know, whether or not it just isn't elaborated on. That's kind of the thing. It is very brief. This seems to be like a nightclub or a gentleman's club or something. It's almost what I expected it to be, but you know, you just get a lot of awkward sort of thing. So they're just trying to pay attention to the plot. Obviously, you can pick up on some things. I guess I really wasn't. I would have had to like actually read this. I don't remember stuff that they said because you know I did this like 2 weeks ago or something. But yeah, they want you to pick a room. Now, obviously, if you want the best one, you pick the bottom left. I'm going to pick the top left just because the project that I watched in this picked the bottom left. So I'm going to show what happens if you pick. And really, you don't get the best outing here, but it kind of makes you wonder if you actually want to do it, but I'm just going to go with it, so. Well, this game has a lot of brooding that it does, and particularly around Cloud. I mean, Cloud's going to go through some stuff here soon that you'll see, and this is kind of, I mean, he has more problems than Barrett does at this stage. But then, I suppose Barrett has problems just because his kid, you know, you'll see what's going to happen there. I do kind of like it. It kind of feels like so chilling music-wise. It feels actually haunting. Then we get back to the goofiness. So this is a nice balance. So stay tuned, viewers. If you like this drama stuff, plot thickens. I suppose that's why the commentary in this episode hasn't been as spot on. It's just because there's really not much to do. I mean, kind of the lackadaisical approach is just what's so. It just is so. I mean, there's drama, but at the same time, it just is so hapless. Just don't understand. Cloud's getting slapped by some bodybuilder. If you saw it, I'll go ahead and spoil it if you want to know the other door. There's a bunch of those bodybuilders that are kind of just, it's awkward, but, yeah. Not a homophobe, but, it just is weird for Final Fantasy to take this kind of approach, especially with someone like Cloud. I mean, he was probably embarrassed through this. If it's like anything like an anime character, like if you think of someone like Gohan or someone like that that's being blushing over this sort of thing, that's kind of what you would get here. But Cloud's kind of, I think, shy within that regard, but. So actually, there is a reason to come in here, though. They said it's a dressing room. You actually can get makeup, so that's kind of. I was just trying to go through all the rooms, but that's kind of the implication of this. Is just trying to say that you shouldn't actually go into all the rooms, even though it's an RPG. It's just kind of like hell. It's a concept of talking to everyone, but they do give you makeup. And in the next episode, you'll see that it winds up being one. Well, actually, that noise right there kind of indicated like what level of makeup you got, and I think I got the medium one. Alright, subscribe for more fun. Have a good night. Stay tuned, folks.